what? A little bit more would be good. All right. Yep, that's good. Thank you. Always appreciate when the boys get a talking to before the game starts. Nice reminder not to truck your friends. That's a really cool shirt. You're welcome. All right, folks, welcome to Fountain City Roller Derby's Star Wars Exhibition Night. You might see a few stormtroopers or Sith walking around, loyal citizens of the Empire. We have the women's all-stars here in Game 2, but first, the boys. Skating for the blue team tonight. And Actual Moose, Cobberknocker, Hardcore E, Johnny Pocket Rocket, Juice, the God of Mischief, Low Key Hustlin', Odium, and the exceedingly well-dressed Sam Antics. Went formal for it tonight, which I totally respect. And on the far end of the track, we got the white team, Chico Suave, Ewing, Goofyfoot, Lego Blocks, Stitch Please, and Wreckin' It Right. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for being with us tonight. We're going to do our best to show you some fun here on Fountain City Exhibition Night. And our ridiculously good-looking friends in the stripes hanging out in the middle of the track here. For Game 1, head ref 1 Hit Thunder. Your scoring refs are Triple Threat and Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts. Your inside pack ref is Arya Snark. Your outside pack refs are Skate Spear, Slamwise Gamgee, Book Squirm, and your jam timer is Donnie Disaster. Be getting underway here shortly. There we go. Appropriate music. Appropriate music for a hive of scum and villainy. Getting ready here to watch these gentlemen assert themselves non-verbally on the other team.
Is this recording? I don't have it recording. What is this start now?
Yep. I'm already in trouble and the game hasn't even started. All right, folks, here we go. Ready to rock and roll. I see Wreckin' It Right out there wearing the star for the white team. Chris Wright holding all that power in his mustache. Looks like he's facing off against Johnny Pocket Rocket. Johnny Pocket Rocket, a swift little dude. Got some nice lateral movement here, but Chris snuck through the outside lane, picking up lead. Always want to get that L from the majestic Queen of Hearts. Chris sneaks on through. Both jammers forced to reset here, based off position. Chris reset by Sam Antics. Meanwhile, Johnny Pocket Rocket working his way up to the front. Takes a nice big hit from Lego Blocks. Love seeing a few monster hits to start the game. Yep, you're not wrong, Mind Goblin. More often than not, you're right. These gentlemen definitely ready to assert themselves here. About to find out if the Juice can wield the Force against perennial MVJ Ewing. formerly of the Untouchables, now skating for the Usual Suspects in that hideous orange jersey. Ewing finds the outside lane. He's all by himself out there. Juice working his way out. Both jammers are active. The blue team looking to switch to the pivot here. And Actual Moose activating a score for the blue team. Ewing picking up a scoring pass here. Ewing skating so fast. Holy moly. And unfortunately, I don't get to hit him anymore. That's a bummer. Moose looking to the back of the pack, keeping an eye on the action here. The pack's slowing down here. Ewing finds the save around Sam Antics. Gets that last scoring pass. All 5 points. It's a thing of beauty. Excuse me, 4. Yep. Nope, 5 points. Looks like the God of Mischief wearing the star here for the blue team against Lego Blocks. Low-key hustling. Someone I have a crush on because of these mad skills. Low-key moving back and forth. Nice lateral movement there, finds his way to the front of the pack. Stitch, please, looking to activate here. Has to wait for the pack to catch up a little bit before he can do so. It's going to be Lego Blocks activating a score for the white team. Meanwhile, up front, Low-key looking to eat up some points here on the scoreboard. And seeing the opposing jammer coming down the pike. Opts to call it off, take the points. He does get back to the board here. 3 points for the blue team. Somebody call the game warden and Actual Moose putting on the jammer cap. The moose is loose. Goofy Foot wearing the star for the white team. Both jammers trying to find a seam here. These blockers working hard for you tonight. Moose and Goofy Foot both held in the back here. Logo Blocks doing some great blocking here for the white team. Up front though, Moose. One more blocker to beat. Moose is through. At least briefly there before the opposing blockers caught up to him. Juice lays a hit against Ewing, gets the wrong end of it. Down in the straightaway. Goofy Foot emerging as your lead jammer. Goofy Foot stand up right there, finds a slick spot on the floor. Looking to build up some distance here between him and the pack. The pack moving so fast. Makes me feel bad to watch him close that gap. USAR's rules make you work extra hard. Goofy Foot held up in the back there by Sam Antics. And Actual Moose is active here, looking to close the distance. Turning on those jets. Time expiring on the jam here. It's like a 0-0 jam. Whole lot of work by your fine jammers tonight. Setting up here, Ewing and Johnny Pocket Rocket. It's going to be a battle of speed. JP gets the better start here. Nice acceleration. Holy moly. Look at him go. Wow. That's the kind of speed I only dream about. I was built to hit people. Johnny Pocket Rocket. Fantastic burst of speed there at the end to grab all the points. A 4-point pass. Oh, excuse me. Yep, 4-point pass there to 1 for the blue team, bringing the score to 14-8 in favor of white with 13 minutes remaining in the half. Abbreviated halves here tonight. Ewing getting some last-minute counsel there by Coach Holmes. Oops. The refs aborting this jam early here. Someone's in trouble. It's not me, though. Always nice to be the watching the trouble instead of the one getting in trouble here. Doesn't usually work out that way when you are a mischievous human being. All right, Odium and Ewing out there at the line. Some fun blocker matchups up front. Juice and Chris Wright. Stitch, please, regulating in the middle here. The white team holding those lanes open. Ewing is free. Chris Wright slowing down the opposing pivot. Juice laying on some jukes here, trying to turn the eyes of Chris Wright. Manages to free himself on distance. Ewing slowing up a little in the back, looking to pick his spot. Three-two jam. Ewing picking up 3 points there to 2 for Odium. Some spirited gentlemen here tonight. Going to be a lot of bruises in the morning. Hopefully everybody bought their ibuprofen this evening. All right, we got Lego Blocks and Johnny Pocket Rocket. Johnny, once again, showing that signature speed. Manages to ninja his way through the outside lane. Stitch, please, trying to match it here. Stitch, no slouch himself. JP taking out blockers en route to a scoring pass. Always love it when a jammer lays a few people out en route to a scoring pass. See the great mind goblin over here nodding in agreement. Oop, detritus on the track. All right, halfway through this first half. Blue leading 17-14, close game so far. Nice job by the roster makers to keep it fairly even here. Low-key hustling. Forced to recycle on the outside lane. Meanwhile, Lego Blocks trying to knock some people out of the way, taking the whole pack here along with him. Up front, Ewing corralling the opposing pivot. Bodies flying in turn 3. Gravity undefeated in the sport of roller derby. Lego Blocks up front, picking up lead for the white team. The big guy turning on the Jets. Juice. The juice is loose. Looking to close the gap here and overtake the opposing jammer. Lego Blocks taking out the Moose. Forced to recycle, however. Juice finds an open inside lane. Looking to pick up some points here on the back end of the jam for the blue team. Let's see how these points shake out from our scoring reps. 4-3 jam, 4 points for white, 3 for blue, 20-18, 9 minutes remaining. Hopefully everyone's having fun out there in YouTube land tonight. Watching these guys beat each other up for your entertainment. Uh-oh, I see a newly minted champion at the far end of the table. That's Quantum Fury, the great Quantum Fury, hanging out here. giving him a shout out. Got a quick timeout here, folks. Always appreciate when the ridiculously good-looking people in stripes come to an accord, keeping the chaos of the sport at bay. I will say head ref Thunder has never had to tell me twice to behave. Mind Goblin. Talk about someone whose words have the power of a solid hit behind them. Looks like the teams are sending out Goofy Foot and Johnny Pocket Rocket on the next jam. I think the gentleman up front playing some paper rock scissors. Love the attention and focus, gentlemen. For the third time in this game, Johnny Rocket just kind of teleports up to the front of the pack. Definitely a hard jammer to target with that speed and lateral movement. Stitch with the unenviable task of chasing him down. Meanwhile, forced to reset there. Nice hit on the blue jammer by these white blockers, catching him at mid-speed. But as expected, a tightly contested game here. 3 points to 1 on the jam in favor of blue. Low-key hustling and Ewing. Ewing right up to the front through the outside lane. Juice looking to catch up to him here. The white team slowing things down to shorten the track for their jammer. Ewing, a few spots to choose here. A couple of blockers on the inside trying to hold things open. Weaves to the outside, back into the inside. Nice cutting. Showing that beautiful footwork. 4 points there. Doing some friendly banter with our officials. Always appreciate the folks in stripes keeping things legal and not too chaotic. Back at it here. Johnny Pocket Rocket and Stitch Please. Couple of speedy little dudes. Jammer on jammer blocking up front. Stitch takes the hit from Johnny Pocket Rocket, forced to reset. Nice situational awareness, beautiful executed block there. And it's just a foot race to get back to this pack. The blue team doing everything they can to slow things up here. JP coming in hot, grabs those extra points. And the blue team starting to build a lead here. On that 4-point jam, bringing the score to 31-19, 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Man, Johnny Pocket Rocket going through that pack like a lightsaber through a Sith Lord. Back at it, Juice and Ewing. Juice sneaks in front of Ewing. Nice ninja move. Love it. Cheeky jammers. Juice is off. Goofy Foot active at pivot for the white team here. Both of these gentlemen giving it everything they got. The white team definitely wanting to even out this mismatch on the scoreboard. Ooh, apex jump. Didn't quite land it, but it looked cool. Three-point scored on the jam for the white team. 1 point for blue. Goofy Foot and Johnny Pocket Rocket. Chris Wright with a swing and the miss on the inside, trying to track Johnny Pocket here. Not an easy assignment. Look at him go. Holy moly. It's the kind of jammer that makes me feel bad about myself. The blocking core in blue, textbook, holding back a score until the last second there when Johnny came around. Feels good holding back that baby for your team to score on, no doubt about it. Picked up all 4 points on the score. Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, laying down the law here. Feels good. Uh-oh. Ewing, a little too excited there. Crossed the line a little early. Big trouble. Some mischievous skaters and white on this jam. Chris in trouble, heading to the box of shame. Meanwhile, the juice is loose. Lead jammer, blue team. Chris looking unrepentant in the box of shame, just the way we like it. Juice, on the other hand, taking a whip from an actual moose, finds an open seam on the inside. Picks up all the points here. 5-point grand slam for the juice. Juice looking for another one against Lego blocks. And he finds it, this mean blue team building a lead. Trying to carry their team away on this scoreboard. 9-point jam. Top score so far in this game. Ewing all smiles up front because he usually doesn't get to hit people. Being a perennial MVJ for the league. Johnny Pocket Rocket and the dude. Hey, that's not the dude. That's Hardcore E of the Usual Suspects. Love the guy, even though he wears that hideous orange jersey. And the pivots are off. Ewing chasing after Johnny Pocket Rocket. Both of these guys fast as heck. Man, love that speed by Ewing. All right, setting up for the next jam here. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Might get 1 or 2 extra jams here. We'll see. It's going to be the Juice facing off against Ewing. Ewing doing what he usually does, wearing that star for the white team. Juice cuts to the inside. Finds a lead jammer status on the inside lane. Ewing in hot pursuit. Both of these guys just mean, wonderful skaters. Nice bean dip there. Ewing finds his way to the front of this pack. It's a pile up in turn 4. Juice back on his feet. Jam still going here. The Juice doing my absolute favorite thing in roller derby, where you can use your friends as weapons. Cannonballing a blocker ahead to open up the seam. It's going to be a 2-point jam for blue. All right, likely the last jam of the first half here. Hardcore E against Johnny Pocket Rocket, couple of speedsters. Hardcore E, one of my nemesis from my playing days. Johnny Pocket Rocket, this time waiting till turn 3 to get to the front of the pack. Hardcore E finally activated here. The period clock has expired, so the jam clock will take over to finish this first half. Johnny Pocket Rocket using his friends as weapons here to open up the back of the pack. Did he pick anything up on that jam? 2 points. 2 points for blue to close out the first half, 52-25. We'll see you back in 10 minutes for the second half of the men's exhibition game. Ewing and Johnny Pocket Rocket wearing the stars to lead us off here. Both of these guys just huge talents in the world of roller derby. The ageless Ewing manages to pick up the lead. The sick juke and a cut to the inside. Followed closely by the Juice. Ewing rounding turn 4 here, trying to find a spot, pick up a few points from the blue team. Meanwhile, the Juice overtaking Ewing. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. It's a 3-4 jam in favor of White. Bring the score to 55-29, 19 minutes remaining. I do love Star Wars night, especially seeing our esteemed photographer, obviously a Sith at the far end of the track. Hardcore E and actual Moose. Moose lowering the antlers here, trying to find his spot. Inadvertently opening up the lane for Hardcore E. It's a tried and true tactic to just follow the other jammer. And with Hardcore E emerging at lead, we'll have a pivot turn for Team Blue. The God of Mischief, low-key hustling, trying to close the gap. Copper Knocker with a commanding hit here, forcing Hardcore E to the outside and to reset. That was chaotic. What a beautiful hit. It sure is fun being on that inside line, daring the jammer to come within hitting range. Two points picked up with the blue team on that last jam. Some friendly banter between these jammers. Love smack talk with the frenemies. Ewing times that jam whistle perfectly, gets a little bit of a leap here, trying to negate the acceleration of Johnny Pocket Rocket through strategery and mischief. Both jammers pretty well bottled up here. Some nice work on the part of these blocking cords, but it'll be Ewing. Ewing slipping around Sam antics. Sam looking to whip his pivot. Give him a little extra speed here. Juice and Ewing racing back to the pack. Once again, Ewing bottled up in the pack and the Juice finding the open lane here. We'll see how the scoring shakes out. 2-2 jam. Heck of an effort there on the part of the Juice. Always feels good to snatch a few points away from Ewing. I shouldn't say too much about Ewing. His daughter's behind me and she's very violent. That's just a fact. Action back underway here. Odium and Chico Suave. The jammers to their respective teams. Odium moving to the front of the pack here. Stitch Please forced to release on distance. You're only allowed to block 10 feet ahead of the pack. Now he's looking for the pack to catch up so he can activate. Odium took advantage. Huge lead here to head back into the pack and try to notch those scores. Chris Wright, holy moly. A statement hit there in turn 3. I'm not saying Chris has done that to me a time or two, but I'm not saying it. These jammers just getting brutalized in the turns. Stitch takes to the outside here. The jam called up. We'll see how the scoring shakes out. 2 points picked up by Blue and 3 for White. Excuse me, 3 points picked up by Blue. putting the score at 62-31 with 15 minutes remaining in the second half of the men's exhibition game. Thank you to everyone watching out on YouTube. Leave a comment. Say hello if you can. Maybe mention how much you love Roller Derby and Fountain City in particular on all your socials. Got a team timeout here. Hey, Goblin. That's looking like a long timeout. 1,439.08. I don't hate it. You got to let the skaters breathe, right? No, man, I'm not complaining. We appreciate all the volunteers making these beautiful games happen tonight. And action back underway. The gentleman to the line. That's going to be Hardcore E and Johnny Pocket Rocket. Ewing and Chris both up front in the blocking core. That's a lot of fun. Someone's going to get messed up on this next jam.
Yeah,
Most likely not me.
That timeout length was 23 hours, almost 24-hour timeout that we almost had.
It's sufficient time to catch one's breath, Mind Goblin. Thank you for the clarification on that. Meanwhile, Johnny Pocket Rocket and Hardcore E. Sam Antics, Loki Hustlin', and friends holding up the opposing jammer in the back. So up front, Chris Wright will activate at the pivot turn for the white team. Chris doing his absolute favorite thing and wearing the scorer panty. The blue team picking up 2 points on the jam. And for all of that tremendous effort, 0 points for the white team. The white team not ready for the beginning of the jam there. A late sending of the jammer out. Looks like Stitch Please is going to head to the box of shame and serve the penalty on that little snafu for the white team. Stitch Please looking repentant. Terrible behavior, sir. And we're back at it. Odium and Goofy Foot. I gotta say, I gotta respect the shiny wheels. That's pretty dang cool. I like the swag on the part of Odium. Both of these jammers getting hit time after time after time. Goofy Foot trying to find his way around Sam Antics. Meanwhile, Odium working his way around Chris Wright. Nice magic trick to secure his freedom. Is Odium, but Goofy Foot, the foremost scorer on the track here. Both pivots up front, just minor difficulties to overcome, of course. And after all that hard work, we have a lead jammer, Goofy Foot. Low-key hustle, living up to his name, though, closing the gap very quickly. It honestly just feels bad when you get a speedster like Loki hunting you down. Dramatic finish there on the back end. 2 points. Yep, 2 points for the blue team. 4 points picked up by the white team. .11 minutes remaining in the half, 66-38. Men's blue team in the lead. It's a lot of muscle in this blocking core. But Johnny Pocket Rocket finding a seam. Johnny Pocket Rocket breaking some ankles with those jukes. But Stitch Please again with the unenviable task of chasing him down. Outside lane is open. Johnny Pocket Rocket grabbing a few points but taking a gnarly hit in turn 3. We didn't see who got that hit, but quite a beauty there. It's not quite like communicating your displeasure with the jammer non-verbally. The big, violent shoulder block. Loki and Ewing at the line here. Taking opposite lanes. Swing and a miss by a couple of the jammers there to try to slow down Ewing. Ewing getting the edge with that speed. Loki once again hot on his heels. I feel like I've said that 10 times so far.
One thing I've noticed about this game is that they are pretty widespread compared to a lot of the other games. Though it's a mashup,
Yeah.
the whole line is pretty widespread out.
Absolutely. Yep.
That could just be because of the fast pace of the action.
One-point jam for each of these teams on the last jam. Men's blue team 69 to 39 for the white team. It's a beautiful score. Official timeout here, folks. Looks like our esteemed officials taking a much needed breather here.
Nice.
Officiating the game so you don't have to.
Looks like Moose is back on the blue team too after receiving some side lane attention.
Oh, yeah? Really? It does make me a little sad that they've got a Stormtrooper helmet on their bench and nobody's wearing it in the game. I'm not sure that's USAR's legal, but it would still be pretty cool. So we've got a Sith photographer. We've got Queen Amidala, one of our outside pack refs. We have some Rebel Scum on the far end of the track, another OPR. We'll be sure to call the ISB on that guy. Action back underway. Johnny Pocket Rocket. Ewing doing his absolute favorite thing, getting ready to hit somebody up front. Johnny Pocket Rocket takes a hit from Chico Suave in the back. Jammer on, jammer action. Who doesn't love it when the jammers duke it out a little bit? The pivots up front, jockeying for position. Johnny Pocket Rocket very petulantly forcing Chico Suave to reset here. It's legal, but it's mischievous. And now that Johnny Pocket Rocket passed the resetting jammer, he's able to emerge behind the blocker that knocked him out. That was mean. That was mean, man. Chico sneaks to the inside lane. Will we get a lead jammer? Swing and a miss for an actual Moose. That looked cool, though. With 18 seconds remaining on the jam, we have a lead jammer, Chico Suave. Gonna be really impressive if he gets back to this fast-moving pack. A whole lot of work for that jammer. Both jammers picking up a donut hole on the jam. I know how bad that feels. I was once a slow jammer myself. The smartly dressed Sam Antics and Hardcore E here, looking to add some points for their respective teams. Hardcore E forced to recycle on the inside lane. Sam contending with Ewing on the outside, trying to find a way around here. Takes a beautiful shoulder block there from Chris Wright. But Sam is free. Lego box with the pivot turn for the white team. Lego blocks, dude's got some muscle. He looks like he could do some damage if he gets to the point of contact here. Both jammers into the back, into the thick of the pack in turn 3. Sam calling it off. We'll see how the points shake out. 1 point for the white team.
2, 3.
2 points for the blue team. 7 minutes remaining. The total score 71-40 in favor of Team Blue. Looks like the white team here calling a team timeout. Gonna give these teams some time to guzzle some water, catch their breath. Working hard out there for you tonight. All right, timeout is over. Back to the action. The Juice and Hardcore E. Still some time here to make a change to this lead for the white team. The Juice running into Goofy Foot on the outside lane. Cuts to the inside.
What an awesome block from Odium on the inside. Did you see that?
Absolutely. Odium doing some great blocking work in the middle. Juice, however, overtaken by Ewing on the pivot turn for the white team. Man, that was a sick cut there, too, on the turn. Wow. Not sure how you're supposed to block someone if you can't see them coming. But my buddy Mind Goblin here, the fantastic jammer, the Untouchables, knows what that's all about.
I don't think I even jammed once last year.
He's just being modest, folks. The Juice and Goofy Foot. Goofy Foot coming off some great blocking on the last jam. Rosters being what they are, most of these skaters are working every single jam tonight. An unenviable task, to be sure. Juice picking up lead jammer for the blue team.
And Loki got Lego blocks out of play up top, so he has to wait a little bit to actually become active.
Yeah, those distance rules always a thorn in one side when you're playing pivot and USARs, no doubt about it. Can only block so far ahead, and you have to stay a certain distance ahead to be able to activate. The blue team picking up another point there on the jam. 5 minutes remaining in the half, 72-42. All in all, a really entertaining game. It's fair to say every one of these gentlemen is an Iron Man tonight. Ewing and Johnny pocket rocket. A few more fireworks for you before the end of this game. JPR picking up lead. Ewing getting tripped up on a slick spot. Back up And corralled by Sam Antix and Cobberknocker.
Looks like we got a bunch of people out of a top. Loki was out of the top, but apparently Ewing wasn't active. Hardcore E went out.
That was interesting. The back wall work was pretty superb on that last jam. Team timeout for the white team. Some friendly banter between the coaches and the officials.
It's like Coach Holmes is telling them timeout, looks like. Maybe. No, he didn't tap it twice. Don't tap it twice, it's not a timeout.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Mind Goblin.
Well, I guess it is a timeout.
I didn't know it was a double tap. That's interesting. It's another one of the interesting rules of USAR's roller derby. And that is why I always do everything Thunder says the first time I'm told. Hardcore E and the juice. The juice taking a nice swipe from Chris Wright, forced to reset on the outside lane.
He looked for that hole that looked like it was there, but
couldn't quite catch it.
ruse.
Yep, couldn't quite catch it. That was a bait and switch. The juice, however, with a scoring pass.
Ooh, was he active? See the lead.
Interesting positioning here.
I think Lego Blocks might have been ahead of him at the time of it being called off.
I think you're right.
That could have just been from my angle.
Yeah, 3 points awarded to the white team here, 2 points for blue. Gentlemanly communication in the pack there. Getting everybody on the same page. Johnny, Pocket Rocket, and Ewing here.
Look at Samwise holding back Ewing for as long as he did, though.
That's a tall order, man. I think I can count on my fingers the number of really good hits I got against Ewing in my playing career. Proud of every one of them.
Talk about these hits from Stitch, too. He's on fire.
Oof. Well, Stitch has an illegal advantage. He's a shorty. And anyone who's skated against a shorty knows what I'm talking about. The officials, I think, calling for a cleanup crew here.
I think Ewing was saying that there's a slick spot.
That's never fun. Kremley here with the save, bringing out a hideous orange towel to wipe up the slick spot. Orange, such a terrible color. I don't know why anyone would wear it.
Yeah, orange tries to be red, but it's clearly not.
It's trying to be red, just not dark enough.
Nope.
Not bloody enough. All right, the track is back in order. Getting ready to close out this game. 2 minutes remaining. The blue team in a commanding lead here, 78-45. Goofy Foot and the Juice, a ton of muscle in the blocking core. It's going to be tough to score on these big dudes. Nice hit in the back by Odium. Slowing down Goofy Foot. Swift moving pack through 3 turns, and Juice is
loose.
Juice is loose. Lead jammer. Lego Blocks looking like a shark in the water here. staring at the back of the juice, wanting to chomp him up.
A one and done.
Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't want to get hit by that guy.
He's coming up on that wall, and that's
Yep.
a dangerous, dangerous wall.
Sometimes you just want to hit the parachute and jump out of the plane, man. Good old Kremley Insane here with the assist, looking much better in the blue than the orange. And we are up. This might be the last jam of the game, possibly here. Johnny Pocket Rocket. Wide open spaces. Maybe a little confusion on the blocking there. Ewing none too pleased to have to chase down Johnny. Some braced walls in the middle trying to gum up the works.
Ooh, great hit by Stitch.
Combination block there. Reckon It Right got the taste there, and Stitch finished him off. 3 points for Team Blue, 0 for White. That was some very good timing on the blocks. Sometimes it's all in the timing. Will we get another jam? Will we get some bonus derby, folks?
Oh,
Oh, yes, we do. Sam, Antix, and Ewing. Sam looking sharp, finds the inside lane, wide open.
yep, looks like their pivot got swallowed up.
Yep, pivot got swallowed up by the opposition there. Beautiful job by the blockers in blue. Some nice track awareness there. The blue team, valiant fight there to get their jammer through, ends up grabbing all the points. And our final, the blue team victorious here, 86-48 in the men's exhibition game for Fountain City Roller Derby. Star Wars night.